Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by and visiting with me. Today I am very excited to share my very first project for my October daily. That is not really an October daily. You guys know that I've attempted to do October dailies in the past and I always fail because I cannot keep up every single day. So I'm thinking that this time I'm gonna give myself a little bit more leeway and try my best to do a daily, but if it doesn't end up becoming a daily, then I'll do it like a weekly kind of thing and just put honestly Halloween crafty projects in here. So in case you haven't noticed, I went back and I redid my covers because I added some pink thread all the way around. It's on the inside as well, and then on the back cover as well. And I just think that little bit of touch of that pink thread makes a huge difference. I still have my little witch here that is dressed up as a fairy. I've told you guys the story before. She's a witch and my notebook is witch theme. I mean, I'm gonna have ghosts and haunted houses and a lot of other things, pumpkins and stuff like that, but the cover itself is witch theme, in case you can't tell by the broom there. And she is a witch, but because it's Halloween, she wanted a day off and she decided that she is gonna dress up super fancy and she is going to be a fairy for the day. So she is here. I still have her. She is still gonna go in here, but the only reason why I have her separated in a different part of my work area is because she is made out of metal, like on her legs and her arms, and she does this to my glass mat. So it's kind of like annoying to be working on this and then every time I flip it open you have to hear that. So I've decided to just kind of set her aside and she'll be the last piece that I add once I have everything done. So anyway, so just wanted to show you the new cover with the thread. I think it made a big difference. We're going to set that aside, and then our very first project today is going to be this page. So keep in mind, this is, I told you guys before, these are from an Amazon brand because I could not find the Heidi Swap or the Project Life or the other companies that make the 4x4. They were sold out, so I just got an Amazon brand. And the reason why though, look, I know I'm gonna mispronounce it, right? It's supposed to be a cauldron, yeah, this right here, Cauldron. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, and Mike's not here for me to ask him. I'm just gonna call it a Noya because it looks like a bean pot for us Hispanic people. So I'm just gonna call it a Noya. You know, you could pretend these are beans, it doesn't matter. So anyway, so again, keeping in mind that my cover is witch theme, I am going to tie that into the first page and then I'm going to convert it and start playing with ghosts and anything else, monsters, Frankenstein's, bats, whatever. So it's not going to be entirely a witch theme. That's again what I wanted the cover to inspire in the first page, and then I'll slowly start transitioning to other Halloween things. I don't know, cutesy things. Anyways, today I'm going to be sharing how I did this amazing pocket page. I'm going to warn you guys, it is very time consuming because not only did I hand sew the pocket with that same pink thread that I used in here, but I also ended up placing all of this individually one piece at a time. And that is what takes the longest, to be honest. Even longer than sewing all the way around. And then I flip it over because it is a pocket page. I want it to look pretty on the front, but pretty on the back. So I did the back the exact same way. And this is her olla, you guys, her pot. And so basically, I'm thinking that, you know, she was being distracted, being a hot mess, and her beans spilled all over, and this is why it became a pocket, a shaker pocket, you know, when you're cooking beans. I've done that before, by the way. I am so bad at cooking pinto beans. Like, I've burned them. I've tried them. I've oversalted them. Like, I am not good. I'm good at making Mexican rice, but I'm not good at making pinto beans, like frijoles de la olla. So it's like, we're just gonna pretend that our little witch got distracted. She wasn't paying attention, and whatever she was cooking, pink pinto beans or whatnot, ended up spilling all over. And that is the story behind this. So I'm gonna start off by, and I'm gonna make two. Honestly, I'll probably give this one away, or I've been thinking about selling my crafts, you guys. I haven't decided, but not sure that, I don't know if anybody would buy this, but I haven't decided just yet. So please don't think that I'm already selling this, but I'm not. But if I don't decide to give it away, I'll just hold on to it for next year or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna show you how to do it because I think this is so adorable, and like the idea of like her cooking and then everything spilling over, it's perfect for a pocket, a shaker pocket. And so anyways, we're gonna start off, in case you haven't already seen, that I'm using the Big Z Zizix by Tim Holtz, and it's the Cauldron. I am going to show you, oh, in case you didn't see, I had this white piece of paper in the back so you could see how pretty the olla looks. And then when you flip it, the page, it looks pretty from the back as well. So I am going to start off, and I try to make a bow here, but as you can see, my bow making needs more practice. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the side. We are going to start by bringing in the paper that I want to use. And because I am feeling the Pastelloween theme, I am going to use the pink one. So let me show you, well, let me go grab my paper, and then you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out, and then I'm going to have my pieces cut for you. So I think I'm gonna keep it the same way, the same color as I did this one, because I have contemplated switching it and using maybe a light purple, like a lavender color, or switching the pot to be pink and then this black. But the sequin mix that I used, you guys, if you guys can see, it's very pretty, and you have seen it before in case it looks familiar, because it was this one. Remember, over summer I made a sequin mix to make this pocket page, and I had sewed it, and it was going to be for my summer, but I never got around to actually doing like a summer album. So I ended up using scissors to cut the thread, and then this is the remainder that I'm going to use for the other pocket page that I'm going to make. But it's honestly, I'm going to tell you exactly what I have. I have white sequin. I have what is that called? Matte. Hold on. Let me see if I could pull one out for you guys. Honestly, most of this came together because Susan gifted me this stuff. Okay, so I have, hold on, I don't want to lose all the little ones. If not, I'll have to make another one. Sorry, I'm trying to get the colors so that you guys can see at least the main colors. Okay, so I have a white, like a silver, like a matte white, a pink gem. It's hardly noticeable, but that little translucent clear stars. And then I have these little stars that are pink, iridescent. Susan gifted me those. And then Susan also gifted me these. I've told you guys before, like this chunky gold pieces. And then the only other thing that's in here is pink beads. So I don't know if you guys are looking to make it the same color theme or making it your own. Basically, you guys can make it any color you want. Because I'm doing a pastel Halloween, that's why I'm sticking with the pink. But pink beads is the last piece that I do not have out here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things that make up this sequin mix, okay? Again, it's a pink gem, iridescent, translucent, bigger star, a iridescent pink little star, a matte sequin, a white, a silver glittery, it's like a silver glittery sequin, and then these little chunky glitter pieces that Susan gifted me, and the pink beads. I'm not sure if I said that already, but anyways, that is what makes up this mixture. So let me go over to my big shot. I am going to cut my pieces and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I have my pieces here and I'm just going to put this away so that I don't end up with a messy table. Although honestly, every time I say that, I end up with a messy table. Anyways, I am really bad at trying to keep a clean table when I'm crafting, but that's okay. The cleaning afterwards is what sucks. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that away. Put it right here. Let's see. Okay, sorry, I'm like knocking stuff out. Okay, better. Okay, so I have my pieces here, and as you can see, I ended up using black for the Oya, and I don't know if I said this, but the Oyas have like this little gap, which is what's gonna work for our advantage when we do the sequin. Just going to remove that. Same thing with this. Now if you do this and you use the proper format of using it front and back, the handles are not gonna line up evenly. Okay, so let me see, this is the front and this is the back. So even if you line the pot bellies down together, you see how the handles overlap. So I know it's kind of like what is that called? I'm not exactly sure. But we are going to actually tape front to front, back to back. And the reason for that is because one, it's a little bit more sturdier, but two, if we're careful, we're gonna glue everything around except for this gap. Okay, we're gonna leave the top open. And so I am going to start honestly by just using tape, and you don't need a lot because we are going to end up using a stapler. So Okay, so let me make sure I line these up perfectly. Okay, and then you see how we have our gap right there, right? Okay, so the next thing we want to do, hold on, I didn't even line them up right myself. Hold on. Trying to be careful so I don't have to go cut some more. Should have used glue instead of tape. Okay, so let me line up my handles correctly. Okay, okay, much better. Okay, then we are going to take our little smoke, and I ended up using vellum. The reason why I wanted to use vellum is that so that it's noticeable and you could still see it through the pocket page. I mean, you could have just left it by itself, to be honest. You didn't really need that, but I like it with the smoke. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some glue at the tip, and we are just going to center that. Different sizes, or going the same direction, it's up to you. See? So if you just want to center that, like so, then all you need is a little, well, let me do it, heck, while I'm talking to you guys. Let me add a little bit of glue, and we're gonna slide that right in between. Okay, like so. Well, without this one, knocking it over. And we are gonna do the other one as well. You could put it a little bit lower so they're not close, or it's up to you, however you guys want to play. So just gonna add let me see, how do I want this one? Okay, so just add a dot there so that it adheres to each other. Okay, and then if it separates, go ahead and just add glue. Okay, so what you guys just saw me do is I glued the top pieces, but I still have that gap. I know you can see barely my nail pushing through, and there's my nail pushing through on the other side. So I basically just adhered the top portion of that. Okay, now we're going to put our little handles, and I'm just going to add a little bit, and we are going to adhere them where they belong. Okay, like so. We're gonna flip it over and do the same thing here. Okay, adhere. And these handles lined up well that you can hide them behind the handles, behind these. So if you flip it, you don't see the back pink overlapping that. Does that make sense? You see a little bit of the black sticking out, but you don't see pink being discombobulated with the front pink. Okay, that was the easiest thing, okay? Now, again, the hardest part, and I'm gonna put you guys on speed mode because you don't want to be here forever. I'm telling you guys, this was very time consuming. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna put you guys on speed mode, but basically I am taking the bigger sequins that I have, and I'm gonna start tucking them in that little gap that I showed you guys. So Honestly, it would help if you guys have a glue that has a very fine tip. I think that would help me tremendously, but I need to find my needle holder. Okay, so you see how I tucked it in there? That's exactly what you want to do. And you're gonna start playing. You're gonna honestly, let me just move this a little bit over. You're gonna start playing by putting, and you have to, once you're done with everything, you have to let it dry on one side before you turn it over and start working on the other side, okay? I suggest that you guys have like a pick tool like this. This is my all, but have some tweezers as well so that it helps you pick up those smaller pieces. And then basically, if you guys notice, I know it's kind of hard to tell because this is a shaker pocket. Some of them are glued, but some of them is part of the shaker. But I put the bigger sequin and then the pink gems, and then in between I added the glitters, the stars. So use the big sequin first and the gems, and then fill in the empty spots with your glitter gold, your beads, or your smaller stars. So for example, I've already started that, right? Right here, I have like a little gap. I'm just gonna add a drop. Then you can add a star. See, this is why I say you need two things, because whenever, so you need like this to hold it. But there's my pink star. Come on, focus, camera. Okay, there's like my pink star, and I have like glue that's spurred everywhere. Just grab those little chunks of glitter and use them as fill-ins. I'll show you, and then I'll go ahead and put you guys on speed mode so that I could finish the rest. And honestly, this is gonna take patience, so put on a movie if you have a phone. Put on a movie, or if you have your what is it, iPad. Honestly, phone these days, now you have the apps on your phone as well. So whatever, just put on a movie and slowly but surely add one piece at a time. And before you know it, you're gonna have your little cluster of pink beans boiling over. You see how I refilled it with, like, this is the pink bead on this side, the star, and then the chunky glitter. And then the glue that I'm using is gonna dry clear, so you won't be able to see it. There won't be any residue. And if there is, but there isn't. But if there is residue, then I'm just covering it up with the chunky glitter. Okay, just adding it here and there like so, and then waiting for it to dry. Also, when you wanna do your little cluster up here, remember that, well, my theory is that it's boiling over because she was a hot mess, she was having a hard day, and she was trying to multitask, and she was way too busy. And so I purposely made this cluster up here, and then I purposely simulated that it's like coming down this way, like dripping, if that makes sense. And then over here, it's not dripping as much, but the bulky is part of it is over here. Because it's, hello, it's, you know, bubbling over. so anyway, so when you do that, I did it on opposite sides. So the front is dripping over here, and then when you flip the pocket page, it's on the opposite side, on this side, I'm sorry. So dripping on this, and then dripping on that same side on the back. And so again, I'm just gonna sit here and start putting everything together, you guys. I'm telling you guys, this is very time consuming, especially if you're super picky like I am, So just, I don't know if you noticed, I also ended up putting some stars on the actual smoke because I wanted it to see like it was jumping up out of the pot. So I ended up gluing actual stars in the vellum pieces so that it looks like that, and then I glued them to the back as well. And I'm gonna do the same thing, okay? Other than that, I think that's everything I have to tell you. Once I glue everything and have everything, we're gonna reserve a piece of this so that that's what's left over on the bottom of our shaker. And we'll move on to the next step, you guys. By the way, I feel like I'm a jeweler putting a little diamond at a piece. Dang. That must be tiring. All right, guys, I forgot to tell you something. Sorry. You see how this sequin I tucked in? The next one I purposely left on top. I hope that makes sense. So some I'm sticking in that gap and some I'm laying on top of the gap to kind of hide and make it look like it's legit inside the pot. So yeah, just wanted to say that, okay, in case, I don't know, just wanted to point that out, you guys. Okay, back to speed mode you go. Okay, you guys, so I think I'm pretty much done. I may want to add some gold on the bottom, but another thing that I do is I bring my white gel ink pen and I just make dots, honestly. Like this helps fill up even more of that empty space. So just put random dots wherever you feel the need to. And it just, honestly, like I said, it helps fill up some of the empty space. Okay, and then other than that, I'm gonna come around here, this sequin right here, and I'm going to add more glitter gold pieces, chunky golds. And then once I'm done with that, I am ready for it to dry a little bit, maybe 10 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna flip it back and start working on the back, and then we can go ahead and put the actual pocket portion of this together. So just making a little cluster here, like so, like that. Okay, so now that that's done, oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to do my little lines there, like that. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm gonna let it dry for maybe 5-10 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and do exactly the same thing on this side. This is what it looks like in the front. This is what it looks like in the back. I think I said it backwards. This is the front and this is the back. It doesn't matter, it's exactly the same thing. Okay, so I'm gonna bring over a 4x4, well, the inside is 4x4, but I think it's 4x4 1/4 pocket page here. And I am going to first, before I do anything else, I am going to measure and make sure that I get the same holes. Give me a second, I'll use this one. Because as you can see, the pockets came with only 2 holes, here and here. So I have to adjust them so that they work for the notebook that I made. So I'm just going to eyeball this and punch my holes. And do the same thing over here. Okay, now that I have that, I am going to stick this in. Sorry, the little part of the pocket that I punched is like literally sticking. It wants to be a bubble. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be great if this was like a bubble? This little plastic piece there, but okay. So again, slide it in carefully. Bottom, as close to it as you can. And then go ahead and staple. Just making sure. Okay, then now that it's stapled, we are going to add all of our leftovers. So the way I'm doing this is I'm just putting on the front, and then I grab, turn the pocket over, and put some in the back so that you get both facing the right way. Scoop this up. And remember, it's supposed to look like it's spilled over, so it's perfectly okay, because normally what happens when a pot boils over, it like makes a mess for you all over. So we're gonna just keep alternating. If the front is looking like it's got too much, then just turn it over and put more and more on the back. It's like, ugh. And the little pieces are gonna hide your staple, so don't worry. It's honestly, this is like an amazing project. It's gonna look so pretty, so I want you guys to try it. This is what it ends up looking like, and that's okay that a little bit of that pot comes peeking through at the bottom where our staple is at. I actually like that. But there is your shaker pocket, you guys. I am going to finish this off by making sure I remove that hair that got in there. Oh man. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this off by using this thread. I am going to hand sew this. If you guys have a sewing machine, by all means go ahead and use it. Because I don't have one, I normally just go like that, and I just do my best to stay close, to make the holes close, and to stay in a straight line going this way. And then for the sides, I use those pre-punched holes that sealed the pocket page. So I just stick in one, come out the other, stick in like that. Okay, so you guys don't need to see this because it's literally boring just to sit here and watch me sew, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera. Okay, you guys, so I just finished tying my knot there. I'm going to cut them a little bit and leave it how it is. And this is our pocket page. Just shake the stuff back down if you want to, because as I was sewing it and flipping it, the stuff was going all over the place. So if you want to put it back down, if not, it's a shaker pocket, so just leave it how it is, and voila, you're done. So what I am going to do is I am wanting to bring it over to my little binder I have over here, and I was actually wondering if I should put like a witch's brew or something to go across here, but since this is my first page, I don't know if I should put it here or put it here. Okay, you guys, this is going to complete my first project for my October daily. It looks so gorgeous. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.